So today I'm going to be talking about why I want to go into the computer science field, and more specifically, why I want to be a game developer and eventually, hopefully, work on actually designing the games, but it'll probably start out with being a QA tester or just a basic programmer. Uh, this passion of mine that hopefully becomes my career has kind of always been there. I've always been into computers and technology ever since I was young. I had PlayStation 2 when I was like 5. I love that thing. I love playing. I, I had a 007 game. I forget what it was called, but this was one of my favorite games of all time. Um, and then more recently, I started learning Java as my programming language, and I've been really enjoying it. I didn't know how that would turn out for me, how if I would hate it or whatnot, but I've learned that programming is an enjoyable thing to do, and I'm pretty excited to continue on with it. And I'm gonna see where that ends up. So hopefully that leads into me being able to design video games in the future. And then today I'm gonna talk about like what my worries are with working in the game design industry and why I really want to, even with those worries at hand. So first I'm gonna be talking about those worries because there's a weird thing in the whole computer science industry. It's kind of similar to the film industry where when you the back half or even the back year of a production cycle is very bloated. They generally it becomes this crunch time where you're working ridiculous hours. Like some developers were talking about working 24 hours straight certain days, and this is at uh, top tier studios, AAA studios who have thousands of employees. That's happening. So with this passion I have, that is very worrying. That many young developers who come out of college and get right into a big studio who are going pretty much right into that crunch time, right into that end of development cycle on a game. They work insane hours right out of college. They get a lot of money, don't get me wrong, they're getting paid for their work, but it just ends with extreme burnout without even having a long career. And an article released by Sam Forsdick on Compello talked about, had many sources to many different programmers and developers and so on and so forth about the general crunch that happens on certain games. More specifically, like recently with Red Dead Redemption 5, there's a lot of talks about it, and many game studios go through the same thing every cycle of a game, and it's kind of upsetting because it's kind of treating your employees badly, and burning them out and just killing their passion. And that's my worry with the whole being a game developer. But the real reason I want to be a game developer is what I'm going to get into next. So the thing about making video games is that video games have always been an escape for me. It's I'm able to do something else than pay attention to what's going on around me, And I've always loved that about video games, and I've also hopefully I can give that same tool to other people that they can, if something's wrong in their lives or whatever, that they can take a break and just take a load off, just be happy for a little bit, and that would be wonderful. That's helping people is always a goal, and if that's the medium I can help people through, that would be amazing. And then a specific programmer who had a blog, Katie M20, her name. She worked on a few games I've really enjoyed, including Gears of War 2 and 3, I believe, and then Halo 4 more recently. And she was talking about how programming, or more specifically, she says that programming gave her the power to start with a blank canvas and bring to life anything that she could imagine. Which I truly believe that's what I want to go into the industry to do. And now that I told you about why I want to be a game developer and the problems that arise with being in that industry and crunch, and then why, even though that is a thing, I still want to try and be a game designer because it truly is my passion. So, and then this kind of leads into I'd rather be an independent developer with a small team. Hopefully that makes it so that there's not this big crunch, that we can work on a schedule that is actually reasonable and be decent to the people around us and not make them burn out on something that might not even be what they want to make. And that is why I want to become a game developer.